WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Student Section MLB. I'm, of course, your host, Carson Keel, joined by
Luke Torre,
Adam Baranovsky.
And we have quite a bit to talk about. So, let's start off with, of course, we're a University of Alabama station. So we got to talk about some University of Alabama baseball. I mean, come on. Lots to talk about.
Dominating to start the year.
Yes.
Absolutely dominating. And how about Andrew Pickney starting the year off like 14 of 16? Absolutely dominating.
Yes.
He cannot be stopped. The hottest hitter in all of college baseball at the moment.
I mean,
that is just unbelievable. Starting the season like that is crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, the team has been going through, of course. They got the win today against UT Martin. There's a lot to...
Mercy rule again. But,
yes. I mean, it just... I'm kind of glad that we've reached a point where this team is so good, at least against these schools, where they're getting mercy ruled.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, they haven't really... Like, yeah, I'm excited for the start, but they haven't really played anybody. So, I want to see them play like a SEC, like a Vanderbilt. I want to see them play like somebody like that.
Well, I mean,
again, I'm happy.
Let's not discredit. I mean, we're playing Division I teams and we're beating up on them.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the start, of course. I mean, any win's a good win.
Yeah, and having our offense this hot to start the year is very intriguing.
Well, what else were you gonna say?
I don't know. I was thinking of an adjective I haven't used.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, just again to go over the games that happened over the time since we have started last week's show. Of course, a sweep against Richmond, just an absolute kind of banger in that series. At least 12 runs scored in each game.
I think we outscored them 39-5 was the final.
The most runs they scored was on Friday. They scored 3 runs.
Oh, it was 3, okay.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Grayson Hitt.
Yeah,
he's got some good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
really good stuff.
Again, and then again, a 7-4, a little bit of a tougher opponent. They had Tennessee Tech at home, 7-4 win, and then finally, again, that UT Martin game that was today, 7 innings,
10-0.
Yes, 10-0.
I mean, great. And I guess a little update on the upcoming series this week. We were supposed to go to Pepperdine.
Right,
that got canceled.
Wait, hold on. I actually want to ask you something before we talk about that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I guess your guys' current thoughts on this team. I guess what's kind of your expectations with these first 5 games out of the way?
Well, small sample size, obviously. Like Adam said, not really the best opponent that we could have faced, so I'm going to need to see some more. But obviously, I don't think you could really start the season any better than we did.
Yeah,
straight out the gate, bats are alive and well.
Yeah, I agree with
the pitching. The pitching was great too.
Yeah, I agree with Luke. I just see these were like the type of games also where we kind of lost them last year. It was close at least, like against like small schools,
like Xavier.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, or like an Alabama State. Like, didn't they beat us last year?
I believe they did. I believe that was a very close game.
Yeah, and like come on, like we should be beating these schools.
Midweek games, we should be beating up on these teams.
Because it was always like on the weekends would be good, and then on the like midweek, that like one midweek game, all of a sudden we'll just lose like 7-6, and we'll be up like 6-3. But I was pleased to see that we played well in the middle of this week. Hopefully, it stays that way the rest of the season because schedule's not going to get any easier. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, when it comes to the Alabama schedule for the most of their out-of-conference games, they're either staying in-state or they're, basically they're at home or they're in-state because they're playing South Alabama in Mobile. They're playing Sanford in Birmingham, playing UAB. I believe that might be a Region Field game. I'm not 100% sure on that one. So
no, it's in Tuscaloosa.
Okay. So at
least that's what it says on RollTide.com. But
okay, yeah. Again, they might did it last year. I just forgot, but. I mean, again, Jacksonville State, stuff like that. So the little things that you can kind of see. I guess I think, like you guys said, I kind of have the same agreement on. We have a very small sample size at the moment. I want to see these guys play some more teams. Pepperdine, I think, was going to be a big one. Yeah. And I think that was going to be real good look at that.
They're a good school, but, High Point's not bad either. Yeah. So, like I said, that series got canceled. Now we are hosting this weekend in the 3-game series versus High Point. First game's on Friday.
Yeah, I'd say, and then after that, I'd say a key game would be March 8th, Alabama State. That's a big one, in my opinion, because they beat us last year. And then I'd say kicking off the SEC, I think it's March 16th, we play Florida. So that's when the real stuff.
Yeah, basically the week after spring break is like when things kind of get into high gear, because that's basically, besides UAB and Middle Tennessee, which, by the way, that Middle Tennessee game, and Troy.
And Southern Miss.
Besides a couple of more out-of-conference games, which, by the way, that Middle Tennessee game, of course, that's in Huntsville at the Toyota Field, which, of course, home of the Rocky City Trash Pandas. So that could be a game to kind of watch, because Huntsville is kind of the meeting point between these two cities. So might have some Middle Tennessee fans there. But yeah, there's, again, some important games to kind of... I am correct about the Region Field. April 18th, they're playing at Region Fields against UAB.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, because like the first time they play, it's in Tuscaloosa, and then probably
switch it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, interesting things. Luca, is there anything on the schedule that you find that could be something to watch for?
Well, I'm just excited for the start of SEC play. Honestly, that's all I'm looking forward to. Obviously, other than just beating up on these nobodies.
I mean,
strong words.
Me personally,
no shade,
I'm thinking about going to this game, LSU, April 28th through the 30th, because they're very, very good.
Is that Death Valley, or is it here?
Yeah, we don't play LSU here, unfortunately. Yeah, it's in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully we're gonna be good. So it's gonna be like a good game, because LSU is a very, very good team. So. We'll see. Hopefully. And then Vandy plays here after that, May 4th through the 6th, which is going to be huge also. At least they're here, which is good. But
it is.
Yeah, that's also going to be 3 really big games, because Vandy's very good.
All right. So, again, let's look. We kind of both talked about that. The Pepperdine series is canceled. Basically, weather in California, in Southern California, I should say, is going to be absolutely terrible this weekend. So, bringing in High Point. You kind of have an idea about this. We're talking about Pepperdine, which, again, smaller school, but not exactly a slow horse when it comes to the idea of playing baseball. Yep. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's I know they say like take it one game at a time, but obviously the players were looking forward to that series, going out to California, obviously, and playing a fierce opponent. But that doesn't discredit High Point at all. You can't switch up the game plan. You got to go in wanting to beat them very bad, and High Point's a good team, so you can't lay off the gas pedal. We got to keep winning, and hopefully we're 10-0 by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I think that
I don't know, my bad.
Yeah, I think that we should don't stop, just keep playing the way you're playing, and don't take any team lightly, because even if a team is not as big of a name, just keep playing the way you're playing. That's the way I kind of see baseball, because baseball is that type of sport where anybody can win. It's a matter of who's hot.
Yep.
And I just believe that even in college, from what I watch in college baseball, any team that's hot is going to win. So I just think that you got to keep the consistency, because that was our biggest weakness last year, is the team wasn't consistent. We'd win against Vandy, but then we'd lose against a Alabama State or a UAB. And I'm like, what? That's why it's really important in baseball to remain consistent constantly, because you could go a lot. You go very, very far in baseball if you keep your consistency.
Interesting. So let's go ahead and switch from baseball, which again, very exciting. Actually, let me pull that up so make sure we have an up to date kind of. If you're happy with me listening, I should have probably had this prepared. All right, again, that High Point series. There's going to be a game Friday. That's at 3 p.m.
Yep. Here
Saturday.
At the Joe.
Right. They're playing Saturday 4 p.m. and then a 1 p.m. game on Sunday. So interesting to see how things will kind of wrap up with all of that. All right.
Talk softball.
Yes, let's talk about some softball. Yes. Again, people. There's always those few baseball fans who dunk on
everything school.
Yes,
everything.
But you always have those fans softball's the same as baseball. Yeah, yes, it is. It's basically besides pitching, it's basically the same thing. You should enjoy it. So I guess thoughts on how the team did in the Clearwater Invitational this past weekend. A very large event. It got some good wins with it besides the one UCLA loss. I mean, that was
very big win over Florida State.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah,
it's a huge win. They were the seventh ranked team in the country, I believe. Right. 1-0 win. That was huge.
Montana was lighting it up that game. 7 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 hits. Whenever she pitches, I feel like Alabama always has a chance against anybody when she pitches. Because I saw her pitch last year. It's just it moves like a lightning. That ball, it's insane.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Adam, I think me and you both have gotten the privilege of being able to cover this team. I mean, again, talk about her pitching. It's just insane.
It's just it's like poetry in motion. It's kind of like when she comes in the game, there's a different energy among all the players. It's not just, you could just tell. It's the catcher's different, the outfielders just everything's just different around the team when she comes on. Yep. And it's just, I feel like we as a team won't lose a lot if she pitches the way she's pitching.
Mm-hmm. Luke, I know you're not someone who's followed softball a lot, but I guess what's your thoughts on this team?
I mean, my sister played softball her whole life, so I mean I've been around it for a while. I've been into it, but I mean obviously you go to a school, you should be into every sport no matter what it is. I saw our wheelchair basketball, we won 108 to 20 the other day. I was like, whoa, really? No mercy, zero mercy. We won by 120 points. I was like, Jesus, but I'm into it. I mean, obviously we're top 10, I believe now, right?
Yeah,
right on the cusp. I hope we go far. I hope we win it all. I'm gonna be going to games, supporting.
Yeah, I'm actually covering the 2 games on Saturday against. I'll tell you all right now. It is against Indiana State and Southeastern Louisiana.
Yeah, so actually let's talk about the game that's happening right now because Alabama softball is playing during the show. They are playing Sanford, of course.
What's the score of that game?
So actually right now, bottom of the 4th, 1 out. It is 2-0 Sanford at the moment. Ooh. So
we'll be all right. Long game.
Again, this is a team, though. I talked about this in an article I did. This is a team that has an extremely slow offense at the moment, and at the same time, they kind of have to be provoked. Is that a very fair statement, Adam? I think we both agree on this, where they kind of have to get behind to be at their best.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was. Well, I covered the spring games, so I didn't really cover anything, or the fall games, actually. I covered the fall games. It wasn't really they didn't play really, really good teams. They played D2 teams, but... they could have played better, but I still think that this team is really good. They might trail. Again, baseball is a game of it's whoever's hottest, not whoever's better. It's gonna win.
Right.
It's whoever just has whoever's day it is. Yep. That's just baseball and softball in reality. It's just obviously we're not gonna win every game, but wins like Florida State are key, and you cannot lose games like 1 second. Who do we lose to?
UCLA.
UCLA and who else?
Yeah, I mean...
Lehigh.
Lehigh. You cannot lose games to Lehigh like that. That can't happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
bigger wins overweigh the worst losses.
Well, as we were talking about that, Alabama has halved that Sanford's lead. It is now 2-1.
Who scored?
Sanford. Hold on. Let me check. It was... Dowling and
of course.
Dusher scored off that.
She's a beast. I love Bailey Dowling. She's just she's a contact hitter. It's always contact. She won't hit home runs. She's just every single time is base hit, which is great.
Yeah. So I guess of course we briefly talked about I guess the one loss to UCLA. The thoughts on that because I
think UCLA is a good team. UCLA is good in every sport. If you lose to UCLA, I mean, I didn't really watch the game, but they played decently well. They could have played better, but it's tough. It's I don't know. I can't explain it because UCLA is just a weird team to just talk about. I don't know. I don't watch much on them, but
I think it's fine. We dropped.
I think it's fine. Yeah,
we dropped one. That gets overlooked by the win we had over Florida State.
Yeah, beating Florida State, I'd say that as more of a positive than a loss to UCLA.
It's the same. Like Bama basketball. We have a lot. We have that win on the road against Auburn. We have the win on the road against Houston, but we lost to Oklahoma. Okay, what? We have 20. We have 15 quad 1 wins, crazy amount.
We have 13 SEC wins and one SEC loss, which is not bad.
But the better wins overlook the worst losses. Is my point.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right, so. I guess real quick, kind of go over the schedule for that again. The Tide are hosting the Eastern Bama Bash. Excuse me. So that is starting this weekend. Friday, they are playing Kennesaw State. That's at 4 p.m. And then, again, it's a doubleheader for the first 2 days. And then at 6:30 p.m., they are playing Southeastern Louisiana. Then 11 a.m. On Saturday, it is Indiana State Day. Indiana State, and then Southeastern Louisiana again. And then Sunday, 1 p.m., Kennesaw State right after that. So quite a few games this weekend.
Them, by the way, they are sneaky in every sport.
Yeah,
Kennesaw State.
Yeah, those are I think the two big games.
Yeah.
Again, respect to every single opponent, but still, it's always that's kind of the one I have circled when looking at a potential what could happen here. Yep. So, Adam, Luke, thoughts on those?
I mean, we should win a majority of those games. Without a doubt, we should win at least. I think you named 5 or 6 games.
That's just that's 5, but again 3 opponents.
I think we should at least win 4 of those 5 games.
Yeah, I think so too. I think honestly we should win all of them. For Kennesaw State, Southeastern Louisiana, Indiana State, Southeastern Louisiana again. I think we should.
I'm just saying, absolute floor, we should win 4.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, no matter what the sport is, 5-game win streaks are hard. So I think we should win at least 4.
That Bevo Classic coming up in March during our spring break, that's going to be a big one because we play Texas twice and we play Wisconsin, and we play Texas State too, which we should at least win 3 out of those 4 in my opinion. But that's for a later date. I'm just looking through their schedule right now.
Again, Alabama softball, it's always a team to watch.
Yeah.
So be sure to go out to those games if you have time. Again, both of those games, students get free admission. Of course, for baseball, you get the right field terrace out there. I've only been to one baseball game that's not in the stands. I guess what's your thoughts on the right field terrace for people who may be on the edge of going?
It's a blast. Honestly, the energy's electric. I definitely recommend going. Baseball? Honestly, yeah, the right field.
Well, we also all know why it's a blast. I mean, you get the rules.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going with your friends. I mean.
I've never been to a baseball game.
There's people drinking, so those people that drink are going to be having a better time. So it's all fun.
Yeah, and then also if you are an Alabama student, when it comes to softball, again, literally a bus stop right in front of the softball stadium. It's an easy walk. And that's free. You can sit in the stands. Unlike the baseball games, that's all I'm going to say on that front. But just something to watch out for. All right. Gonna take a quick 5-minute break. After that, we got spring training coming up. Boys, are we excited for that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's on Friday.
Baseball. MLB is back. Come on.
Aaron Judge playing first base.
Yep.
Yes.
Not really.
All right. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We're gonna talk about that, rosters, and more. So, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.
And welcome back to Student Section MLB. I have a co-host trying to make me laugh as we open the show. I'm Carson Keel, joined by the prankster himself,
Luke Torre,
and of course,
Adam.
The good one, one, Adam.
Hey, relax. What the heck?
All right, there we go. Anyway, Luke, you got something to open up this segment?
Yeah. So, Aaron Judge was interviewed on why he was not participating in the World Baseball Classic. When we got stars like Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, Arenado, Pete Alonso, J.J. Rewey, etc. So why not Judge? The priorities changed for Judge after he signed his 9-year contract with the Yankees and was later named the 16th captain in franchise history. Quote, "It would be an honor to represent my country and play in that," Judge told Fox Sports, "but my main goal is what I can do here in New York and what I can do to bring back a championship here. I think especially after signing a 9-year contract, for me, my priorities are here in New York. Maybe 4 years down the road, hopefully I can still make the team and get the opportunities to play. But right now, for me, my focus is here. Judge has spent the better part of the past 6 weeks at the Yankees spring training complex in Tampa, encouraging younger players to work out while also coaching them up. Manager Aaron Boone said, as captain, Judge wants to continue that effort of getting to know the younger, fresher prospects on a deeper level. Participating in the World Baseball Classic would have taken him away from those priorities.
Everything was good until you mentioned Aaron Boone. But anyway,
Boone wasn't even like a main
I don't care.
Let it out.
I don't like hearing his name. But anyway, I am extremely proud of Aaron
Boone.
Stop it.
Aaron Boone.
Big reason why we lose many games. But anyway,
hey, Aaron Boone won us a World Series, man.
Yeah, as a player, not as manager.
Okay,
anyway,
well, you can't discredit that. He's the GOAT.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, I'm very proud of Aaron Judge. Very proud. I full 100% support him because the Yankees are the priority. You just got paid $340 million by them. I expect them to be your top priority, and and like you said perfectly, Aaron, you can represent our country at a later date. You just got paid. You're the 16th captain in New York Yankees history. That's probably the biggest honor in all of sports, in my opinion. One of the biggest honors, at least. And it's the absolute right thing to do. You have no business playing in that World Baseball Classic. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Wow!
Thoughts?
Wow, I guess Aaron Judge hates America.
Yeah, all right.
Well, he likes America. He loves America's pastime. So.
Yeah,
he hates America, but he loves New York. I'll say that.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, but seriously, again, I don't think anyone really expected Aaron Judge to be playing in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, we literally had an entire segment 2 weeks ago where we were all very shocked Ronald Acuna Jr. is playing in the World Baseball Classic. Who would have thought Aaron Judge was?
I mean,
Ronald Acuna is not coming off a $300+ million contract.
Acuna, for one, why I was shocked is because he's been so injury-prone these past few years.
Yeah.
When you're basically a piece of glass, why throw yourself off the table?
Acuna's not a piece of glass. I mean, come on.
Since the ACL injury, even before that, I mean, some of it's not his fault because Jose Urena has something against him. But I mean, we got like 2 broken wrists and like the torn ACL in the past 2 years.
And like what again? The torn ACL was Miami's fault because of their awful stadium.
That was a freak play. I don't know if you can blame the stadium for that.
I'm
saying is that if I was him coming off those injuries, I would not risk playing to represent his country over trying to win a World Series and getting hurt in that game.
Yeah, I agree with Luke. I'm kind of confused why he's playing. I wouldn't have played if I'm Acuna personally because I don't think a World Baseball Classic. Yeah, it matters, but if I'm a player, down the road, you're looking at Hall of Fame accolades. Yeah. When do you see World Baseball Classic champion? Yeah.
Ever. You see World Series champion, MVP, all regular season MLB records. You don't see, next to Babe Ruth's name and all of his accolades, you don't see World Baseball Classic
because the World Baseball Classic didn't exist.
All right, well, you know what I mean. Go to someone more recent. Frank Thomas. Next to all of Frank Thomas's accolades of his 500-plus home runs, his Hall of Fame career, do you see World Baseball Classic champion?
Nope.
No,
because there's priorities.
Exactly,
and MLB is for players should be because that's their job.
Yeah.
This is kind of their hobby. Like sometimes, I get that a lot of countries take pride. I understand that. I respect that fully, but there's a job, and then there's a hobby. Hobby is playing for your country. Job is what you come in and you get paid to do, which is literally what they get paid to do is play in the MLB. Am I wrong?
You're right. And listen, American players, I mean, not really American players who play in America in the MLB, that is what you should not be playing in the World Baseball Classic if you're a above average player. If you play full time in Japan or play full time in Puerto Rico or play full time in the Dominican Republic, go for it.
Yeah,
represent your country. Do it. Love it. By all means, I would do that too.
Yeah.
But if you're playing in the biggest league in the world for baseball, where the viewership, you get paid because of that. You get paid because people watch your sport on TV, your league, not random league in Dominican Republic, not random league in Japan, not a random league in China. Whatever it is, you play in the Major League Baseball in America, That is your priority over playing for your country.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter where you're from, too. Like, I'm like fully confident to tell you that Darvish most likely prioritizes the Padres over
100%, and that is
Japan.
how it should be.
Yes, and like obviously we know where Aaron Judge's priority
I will
lies.
stand by that forever.
Yes.
If you play in the MLB, you should stick to that. You should. If you play in an off-brand league in another country, then go for it. Represent your country. No one's stopping you.
And the reason I agree with Luke on this is because let's say there's players in Japan. Many players actually get discovered from the World Baseball Classic.
Exactly.
Like a lot of players like it gives like.
And you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to get over to the MLB. The priority.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a way to showcase your talent, to get yourself from your country and your off-brand league over to the main stage, the show, MLB. That is what the World Baseball Classic is. It is no longer what it used to be, to represent your country and try to win the World Baseball Classic for your country. It is a showcase for foreign players to get over and play in the big league, the show, MLB.
Yep.
Do you think the Korean Baseball Organization is a knockoff league?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think the Nippon Baseball League?
I think the league you think of when you hear baseball, I don't care if you're in another country.
It's MLB.
Is MLB.
Yeah.
And that is the main goal. You ask any guy in any of the leagues you just mentioned what their goal is, it's not going to be to stay there and play there. Yeah. It's going to be to somehow get there.
In Japan, that's their goal.
No, their goal. Really?
Yeah, some guys.
Do you think Shohei Ohtani was like, yeah, my goal is to stay in Japan? Like,
yeah, again, I just said some guys.
You ask a majority of the league, they will say, my goal is to get out of here and go play in America in the MLB. That is the goal.
Or Canada. The Blue Jays.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But that is the main goal for all major league players.
It's kind of the same thing with like the NBA G League and the NBA.
The NBA G League's an actual minor league. We have a minor league system here.
I wouldn't really.
Or like when you're playing in the Euros, like when you see players like Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, there's a reason they play the sport to not stay.
And you know what happens when players get washed and they can't compete?
They go to Europe.
They go to Europe.
Yeah.
Like Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard was washed. He couldn't play anymore.
Well, Dwight Howard's in Taiwan.
You know what he's doing there? He's putting up 87, 50 rebounds, 35 assists. He's shooting threes.
Yeah.
It's a different level. The Major League Baseball is the top dog.
Okay. I am agreeing with you on your point.
No, I know. I just want to get my point across. I'm very
really
passionate about this, if you can't tell. I just want to get my point across. Like, Major League Baseball is the highest bar, the top of the pyramid. You want to get there. The process of getting there for American kids is extremely difficult. Like, I saw that, I don't remember the exact stats. It was like 20% of players make their high school roster. 5% go on to college baseball. 1% play Division I. 0.2% get drafted, and like 0.1% of that 0.2% make it to the big leagues. That's crazy enough, and that's just the stuff and how you get to an America. And that, like get from drafted all the way through the farm system and get to the big leagues. But think about how you got to do it. All you're doing is playing in the league. There's no minor. Is there minor leagues in Japan?
No.
It just, I don't think exactly. So. You just get to the league.
Is it the KBL? The Korean?
I don't even know.
No, it's KBO.
You just get to the league and you play. You showcase your talent, and then you go to the World Baseball Classic to showcase your talent against other talent of players that are playing in the MLB.
Yeah, I think,
and you could show that you can compete with those guys. So I don't think it's a bad thing if you go and represent your country if you're in the MLB. But if you're a really superstar player, no. I think this is how the World Baseball Classic is now. I think it should be like a tryout for these guys.
Absolutely.
They go and compete with players who can compete at the major league level, but not the ones that are that good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like Tony Gonsolin. Sorry. Go play. I don't care.
Yeah.
But Mookie Betts, I'd stay out of it, dude. Because I don't want you getting hurt. You're a superstar. Yep. I mean, this is how I would do the World Baseball Classic. Throw average positional players out for Team USA, for team, wherever you want to do, and fill the rest of the roster spots with guys in other leagues in other countries. And if they can compete with the guys that are on the major league level, then their name's up there to get signed and brought over to the big league, the top of the pyramid. All right, and that's the end of my rant.
There's a reason Kodai Senga got signed, because they were good in Japan, and that was their goal, is to make the MLB.
Yep.
That's the whole point, I think, of why. I just think that the World Baseball Classic is like, It's different than the World Cup because in the World Cup, they actually that counts towards your greatness as a soccer player. The World Baseball Classic has no correlation to how good you are as a baseball player. That's the difference. Is the World Cup, a lot of the times, Messi, the only thing missing from his mantle was a World Cup, and now he's indisputably the GOAT in my opinion.
100%.
Because the World Cup, that's how much
for that.
Yeah,
100%.
Mbappe's that's another story for another day. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was the one thing that they were missing. It's kind of I think soccer is probably it's a different story, but because soccer doesn't have minor leagues or anything, but. That's just the way I see it. I don't see the World Baseball Classic as being that, important in my opinion. It would be a good. I agree with Luke. It'd be a good tryout for players, especially international players, if you don't know much about them. And who knows? Maybe they'll get discovered. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, so with that passionate thing, all the way from an Aaron Judge statement to this.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that rant has been hidden. I really have never expressed my feelings on that, but as I went on, each idea came to me again. Yeah. So I became passionate in the past.
Was it from my question a couple weeks ago, where would you, if you had the chance to go to Tokyo, would you go see a Nippon League
No,
game?
Honestly, I don't know. I was just the more I went on, the more ideas popped in my head, and then I couldn't stop. So. I mean, now I'm passionate about that topic that I just popped into my head the past 5 minutes. So, you know what? It is what it is, and I think I'm right. So I'm going to start a movement to not allow MLB players, good MLB players, and turn the World Baseball Classic into a World Baseball tryout.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the you know what? Just hire me already.
MLB, you heard the man.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so.
All right.
Let's talk about some spring training.
Let's do it.
On another note, I know, Luke, you just absolutely love spring training.
I love spring training, man. It gets me in a great mood. Spring's coming. Great baseball weather. We got baseball coming. It's great. There's nothing bad about it. It's nice out. There's baseball.
First pitch is April.
February. Or are you talking MLB?
MLB, yeah.
Okay,
I absolutely love the MLB website. I'm trying to get this thing to work. So the first games are on Friday.
Late March is
late March, right?
Is opening day.
Because the lockout was a week, so it pushed to last season.
I believe at least with the Yankees and Giants, I thought that opening day was definitely late March.
So Friday is when we're starting up spring training.
March 30th. Is the first game at home against the San Francisco Giants.
How many? We play 3 games?
Yeah, 12:05 Central Time, so 1:05.
Okay. We usually play one. Yeah.
Yep.
But again, like you guys were talking about, of course, the regular season. You should see this man. He is excited.
I'm looking at the Yankees schedule. I'm just getting in the mood because this is our year. It's 28. Mark the words. I'm glad this is on recording. We are winning number 28 this year. Aaron Judge, 40+ homers. Both Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole are finishing Cy Young candidates. We're gonna have a great active trade deadline, and we're coming for it, man. 28 is on the way. Chase for 28. Come on, campaign starts now.
So.
All right.
It did not start in 2009. It starts now.
Friday, the first game by 5 minutes. It is Texas at Kansas City, which of course Arizona game.
Throw out DeGrom. Don't.
But then Seattle at San Diego. 5 minutes later, again Arizona, and then finally. We have New England University versus Boston.
Still don't understand that.
That's the first Florida game technically on Friday. So guys, thoughts on the two games that will be happening on Friday that are actually between two teams. No Manny Machado talk. We're saving that for the last segment. So.
Honestly, Manny Machado's a New York Yankee, by the way.
I hope so. Continue.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it for later.
We'll save it later.
Hal's not passing up twice. All right. So I think that spring training, the start of spring training games aren't really that big because they're not going to throw the big starters out there. Those are for the prospects and stuff like that. So I think a week or two into spring training, we'll start seeing guys like Aaron Judge and stuff getting into game, and Jacob deGrom throwing an inning, stuff like that.
I'm hoping no more than 3
Yeah. They will never play the whole game.
Hope not.
I doubt Aaron Judge will even play the field, honestly.
Yeah,
I think he might just DH the whole time, but stuff like that. But for the start of spring training, it's just I'm watching in between college and MLB. That's what it feels like. But I get more interested as it goes. But hey, it's baseball, and I love baseball, so baseball. Baseball.
All right, Adam, thoughts on these as we enter spring training in those first 2 games?
I'm just excited to see like the prospects play. Like, what are the first 2 games again? I forgot.
It is Texas at Kansas City, again Arizona, and then Seattle at San Diego, Arizona.
I'm excited to see, just like some prospects play, and because I know both teams, like the Mariners had a good farm system, and they traded it, rightfully so. I mean, their team's very good, but I'm just excited to see like the prospects play. And I think that week is just they're going to be playing. Nobody's going to be playing. Like no Seagers, no Simeons, nobody, no DeGroms, none of that. Like they could play like Jack Leader or somebody like that. Like that's kind of who I want to see play. Like Kumar Rocker, if is he coming this year?
How did that even happen? The whole Kumar situation got drafted 10th overall by the Mets.
I'll explain to you. Like,
they never got it.
I'll explain to you commercial break. But like I just want to see. I don't know if he's eligible this year for the MLB or not. But I just want to see like the young guys play. That's kind of I think what spring training should be about, is to see what you have in your farm system. And
I agree.
Yeah, that's
a very good point.
Nice job with the microphone,
my bad.
Luke.
That was an accident. But that's a very good point. I never really think about that. I think especially the early game should be an opportunity for the young guns to showcase their talent.
Because a lot of times, like you could find like Tatis wasn't
even
a lot
of diamonds in the rough that you do not know about.
Fernando Tatis, like just so you guys know, was a throw-in in a trade from who else but the Pittsburgh Pirates.
But who else? Hey, listen to this. Like it's similar to like the
NBA preseason.
No, just
NFL preseason too.
What was the dude's name on the Nets that's just been going crazy after they traded Kevin Durant?
Oh, Mikal Bridges?
No, not Mikal Bridges. He was on...
Cam Thomas.
Yeah, Cam Thomas... No, the guy that was on the...
Cam Thomas.
Okay, so Cam Thomas was sitting on the bench when the Nets had their big 2,
he should have been playing, but...
And now Kyrie and KD get traded, and instantly 40 points, 3 straight games. It's like, how many guys do you think are sitting in farm systems that are damn ready, and they don't know about yet? So I think the spring training should definitely be a way for these young guns to showcase their talent and say, hey, look at me, keep an eye on me. I am ready to compete at the big league level.
Yeah, and if they impress, they could potentially make the opening day roster. Not saying it's a guarantee, but at least just see what you have, because you never know in baseball, especially because, again, Fernando Tatis was a throw-in in a trade. So there you go. Like, and that turned out great, but besides this 80-game suspension. But other than that, it's turned out
Besides that part,
but other than that, it's turned out he was probably the best shortstop in the league before that. So
that's a stretch. I don't know.
I thought it was.
I don't think.
All right, moving on. All right, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. After that, we have the Manny Machado talk. We got to talk about Vegas a little bit. There's been a little bit of news out of that.
He's a Yankee.
Moving on. He's for Brave. Anyway.
Brave? What are you, nuts?
I can confirm.
I mean, y'all got the money.
Yes, confirm it's Brave. All right, quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back, guys.
WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.
All right, welcome back for the final segment of Student Section MLB, everybody. I'm, of course, your host, Carson Keel, joined by
Luke Torre,
Adam Baranovsky.
And let's go ahead and get into it. These guys are excited about this topic. Way too excited.
Manny Machado, you are a New York Yankee, my friend.
We do not know that yet. He could still be a Padre at the end of this
year.
He ain't
no Padre. Even as a Yankee fan, Manny Machado was my favorite player, for the longest time. Even when he was on the Orioles, when he was on the Orioles, he was big. When I was in Cooperstown, when I was younger, I went down Cooperstown and I got 3 Manny Machado jerseys. He was just my favorite player. Him and Bryce Harper were my favorite players, and then the Yankees had an opportunity to get one or both of them. Machado. And as Brian Cashman does, he swung and missed twice. So hey, it's an 0-2 count, my boy. You can go out there and get a hit. You don't need to take strike 3. It is time. Go get Manny Machado. Give him what he wants. And imagine a lineup that consists of this. We got Manny Machado at third base, Anthony Volpe at shortstop, DJ LeMahieu at second, Anthony Rizzo at first, Jose Trevino at catcher, Giancarlo Stanton in right field, Harrison Bader in center field, and Aaron Judge in left field.
That's very good.
That would be, without it, and with the pitching rotation we have, Without a doubt, we are instantly World Series favorites. Without a doubt in my mind. Manny Machado is one of, if not the best third baseman in the league.
And here's the thing. That's if he doesn't stay with the Padres.
He ain't staying. He going. And the question is to where. And it's
why do you think he wants to leave the Padres?
Well, because he just rejected a big offer from the Padres.
Right, so but that could just be like a simple okay, I want more money.
Yeah, but realistically though, the Padres have to pay they're gonna have to pay. Yeah, they have to pay Soto in 2 years. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay Soto because Soto's contract's up in 2 years. Tatis. Well, I think they're gonna end up trading Tatis, but they just have players that they have to pay. I don't know exactly who. They might pay what's his name, the outfielder, Tim
Provar.
No, the other one. The one that the Mets killer, I call him. They have that outfield. I forgot his name completely. Tim something. Oh my goodness gracious, I forgot his name. Anyway, they have to pay that guy.
And they have Jay Cronenworth.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay Cronenworth, the second baseman.
So they have. I don't know if Machado's necessarily gonna. I mean, AJ Preller's also a great GM. He's gonna find replacements. He's good at.
Manny Machado is no longer going to be a member of the San Diego Padres after the season.
I hope not. But
it is. What are potential landing spots realistically?
The Yankees are the perfect fit. The Yankees are perfect fit because I don't want to watch Josh Johnson play baseball anymore.
Other than the Yankees, what are the potential landing spots?
They need a third baseman
for Manny Machado.
The Mets, they need a third baseman, and they have an owner that can spend if he wants to. The Mets are realistic, I think
a sleeper pick could be the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, well,
Manny Machado could play shortstop.
Oh, yeah, shortstop. Yeah, I forgot he could play short.
And if they get Devers and Machado. Because they lost. Oh,
they lost Bogarts. Yeah.
The Padres just got
Bogarts. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. Yo, Manny Machado is so gone.
Yeah. They paid Bogarts.
What?
Exactly. They paid Bogarts. They got to pay Soto.
Machado is so gone. Yeah. Oh my goodness! What? Yeah, Manny Machado, the Yankee. I don't even care about the other destinations we're talking about.
Oh, you know what that is? There's a chance again. Austin Riley. He could play. He can
play left.
Huh?
He can play left field. Yeah. Or first base.
Yeah.
Austin Riley.
Have Machado come in and play third or shortstop.
I just don't think he would be a Brave. I don't see Manny Machado as a Brave.
I don't think. I mean, again,
I hope he gets an Orioles reunion.
Alex Anthopoulos is a great GM. He could get Manny Machado for 6 years, $50 million if he. With what goes on there, but I doubt that Machado's going to accept that.
I think he could go back to the Orioles. I think feasibly,
every AFC. All right, hold on. Wait.
Every AL East team except for the Blue Jays is a potential landing spot for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we talk about that, and then we just had comments.
Rays never spend.
Well, we just talked about the comments from the Orioles owner, who basically said last year was a fluke. But the team happened to overperform. We're still not going to spend money. We're in rebuild mode.
Okay. Yes.
Well, their rebuild is going great so far.
And listen, if you sign a player of Manny Machado's caliber to a long deal, he's there through the rebuild. Yeah. Who cares? Yeah. Then you got these young guns coming up, and all of a sudden you got a hot team coming out the gates.
Okay, but still, it sounds like an owner who doesn't want to spend money. And the Orioles have been an organization that for the past years and decades have not been a spending organization.
Ranking 1 through 5 for potential landing spots of Manny Machado, not including the Padres. I think Yankees, Mets interchangeable at 1 and 2. Red Sox are up there. Orioles are up there. Honestly, I think he could go back to the Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers I would say too.
Dodgers are always
in competition. Always. Like the LA Dodgers are going to find their way into sweepstakes and anything. And funniest part is they only have one World Series out of it, which is comical. But anyway, if I'm the Yankees, I know Manny wants to be there. I think he wants to be the person. I do. I think he wants to be a Yankee.
New York Yankee. Imagine the headlines.
Yeah, he should have been a Yankee 2 years ago.
New York Yankee. Aaron Judge, New York Yankee.
No ring in nearly 15 years.
Let's win a World Series first, Luke, and then
let's win this year.
And
then come off this year and celebrate by signing Manny Machado, and we going back to back.
I hope so.
Screw 28. We're going for 29.
Yeah, let's take it one day.
What about 30 while you're at it?
We'll get to 30. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Mets fans are not going to be able to.
Oh my God. Mets fans are. What are we, 96 through 99?
Mets fans are going to have a meltdown.
I would love it.
I would love all right, bring it back.
I'd give up a leg.
Bring it back.
I would give up any limb.
Okay.
For a trifecta, a three-peat, I would give up.
We get it, Luke.
A foot, a leg, an arm. Not my right arm, though.
All right. Adam, your top 5 landing destinations potentially for Manny Machado. That's not the Padres.
Definitely Yankees, Mets 1 and 2 because the Mets need a third baseman because of what happened with Correa.
He's spending.
I like the Red Sox. I just don't think he's going to go there. I don't think Manny's going to go. I think Machado is going to want to go to World Series contender, especially if he doesn't win with the Padres. If he doesn't win with the Padres, could be his last chance.
He won't.
Could be his last chance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he will either. But I'd say I don't know who 4 and 5 could be. I would say honestly, Miami Marlins. It would not shock me.
What?
Miami, bro.
I kind of like that.
Miami Marlins.
I like that as a
They're a
sleeper pick.
really, really good team. They are.
If you pair
Machado with Jazz.
and Jazz, that's an electric team.
And it's like, I don't know. It could be a sleeper team. And who's the Mariners' third baseman?
Rodriguez.
No, Julio's outfield.
Oh yeah.
Franco or Ty, whatever his name is.
I forget. Yeah, he has a super weird name to pronounce.
Seattle would be mine because I'd rather have Machado.
De La Jesus or something.
Yeah, whoever that is. I think Seattle could be a good fit for Machado too because I think it's a position of need for Seattle. Look it up, Luke. Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's Ty Franco or something.
That's gonna anger me.
I think it's Ty Franco. I don't know though. I'm not sure who their third baseman is.
I'll be honest.
So me not being sure who their third baseman is kind of shows that probably they need a third baseman. I'm assuming, but yeah, I'd say probably that's my 5. Because I think number 1 on Machado's list is going to be Yankees Mets. I think that's going to be top of Machado's
coming
list.
to New York.
I mean, hey, you got an owner that can spend. Cohen's already showed he's willing to spend.
Very much.
So that's I think probably the Yankees and the Mets is big. It's probably the list is probably going to be eventually Yankees, Mets, Dodgers in no specific order.
Oh, right. He's a Marlin. It's Joey Wendell.
Joey Wendell, yeah. I mean,
Joey Wendell. They signed Gene Segura.
Oh, I forgot.
They have at short. Their shortstops on their roster are Jacob Amaya, Jose Devers, and Xavier Edwards.
Yes. Okay. So they're still gonna be number 5 for me. They're still the Mariners because they need a shortstop.
Their third baseman on their roster is Jordan Groshans and Joey Wendell.
Yeah, so I think Mariners would be good because the Mariners are a very, very good team. You guys know how high I am on them. The Mariners, they're my number 5 for Machado. Yeah, they could. I think they definitely could get him. And they've been showing that they're aggressive, the Mariners, and especially in trades and everything. I really like what they're doing. But that's probably my top 5. Is Yankees, Mets, Marlins, Mariners, and Dodgers,
San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Giants, but he's not gonna want to. The Giants aren't good enough.
Yeah.
They also play in a really tough division.
Oh my God, imagine with the Philly.
All right, anyway, my top 5 destinations. Again, if he leaves the Padres, I'm going to go with I would love to say Braves on top. I don't think, again, Braves are a little stingy sometimes with free agents. So I'm gonna put them a little lower. But number 1, unfortunately, I think you're right about the Mets. The Mets spin. However, let me add, there's an asterisk to that one. I think
no Astros. Sorry, I just had to put that out there.
All right, I mean. But I think there's a good chance New York Mets ownership could kind of slow spending if we see what I believe we're going to see this season: a burnt out team that's not going to be at 100%, and they might not.
But their biggest need is probably, I'd say, third base, and that's probably, in my opinion, their biggest need. And I think that Cohen is going to do whatever it takes to spend for, especially if he can get a chance at a player like Machado, and he's proven it too. Like he's willing to go like far and spend. So
I just want to chip in here. Alabama ties the game up on a pinch hit bloop single to right field by Allie Shipman.
What's the inning?
She's a beast.
2 outs. 2 out, nobody on for the. 2 out, nobody on.
What's the inning?
It doesn't say in the tweet.
Hold on. Let me grab that then. While we're talking, so number 2, Braves.
It's bottom 6.
Okay.
Bama tied it up.
Ooh,
big
nice, big one.
Yeah,
a pinch hit bloop single.
Let's go, Allie.
2 out, nobody out for the tie.
All right, but
2 on, nobody out.
Okay, but for number 2, Braves, like I was talking about earlier, again, you could easily move Riley into left field, or you could, if Von Grissom does not work out, play shortstop in that scenario. So again, I think there's holes where Machado could fit as a Brave. I think if it's going to be willing, if maybe a player is traded or something like that, that could be a scenario where he kind of comes in, fills a hole, and that'll be perfect. Number 3, Again, I do not buy into the Orioles fantasy, but I do see him going into an AL East team. Boston.
I don't think so. I don't think he goes to Orioles.
I can see it.
I don't think he goes to a young up and coming team. I think Machado would want to go to a contender.
Yeah. Again, I think Boston. They're known for their quick rebuilds. So I think number 3 is Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, the place where he famously kind of had like the K strikeout in the World Series, he goes back and possibly redeems himself. I think that'll be an interesting story to look at. All right, number 4. This is one that this is kind of a pie in the sky, but I think it'd be very interesting if he stays in the NL West like this. The Colorado Rockies.
No.
Oh, come on.
He'll hit 90 homers, but he won't win anything.
Yeah, he's not going to win anything. It'll be like every game's going to be like 9 to 3.
I think the Rockies are tied with the Pirates on the worst chances of landing him.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 5. Again, I said that one was pie in the sky, but this one's a little more realistic. I think that there is a chance he could end up in Tampa Bay.
They don't spend.
Well, let me explain. The Tampa Bay, though, every couple years, and this is like every half decade, they do go get a free agent.
Tampa takes advantage of teams in trades
and get guys like Wander Franco.
They get like Glass now, Meadows for free essentially.
You know what I think could be a sleeper team? The Cardinals.
Yeah.
Play short there with that would be the most greatest defensive team ever.
Yeah, Arenado,
Goldschmidt, and Manny Machado, and then you got Tommy Edmonds at second base. That is probably the best infield defense of all time.
But if I'm Machado, I think definitely the top 3 is, if he were to like choose, it's Yankees, Mets, Dodgers. Yeah. I think that's his top 3.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely think so. I agree. If he doesn't go back to the Padres, I think that's his top 3.
I agree.
All right, so I guess final thoughts on that. I guess on Manny Machado. Besides, he's a Yankee.
He's a Yankee. Sorry.
I guess final thoughts on that as we wrap up the show.
I mean, I want him to be a Yankee because I just can't stand watching Josh Donaldson play anymore. So I mean, we need a third baseman, so it works out perfectly. But
Yankee, sorry,
stop.
I just tickle him.
I would love to see him on the Yankees, but if he's not on the Mets, I'm not going to leave.
Stripes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just don't want him on the Mets either. So.
All right. That's enough of the Yankee talk. All right. Shush. All right. Well, I have been your host, Carson Keel.
Huh? Sorry.
I've been your host, Carson Keel. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode of Student Section MLB. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. But for one final sign off, I've been Carson Keel.
Luke Torre.
Adam Baranovsky.
And with that, I say good night, everybody.
WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.